Hi, everybody. It's Mary Ellen from Create With Me, and I'm here in the Creativity Nest for another episode of Teach Me Tuesday. But actually, today's Wednesday. I know you're going, well, it's Wednesday. I had all kinds of technical difficulty yesterday, so I'm going to hope that this goes off with a hitch. So I'm recording instead of going live. And just thank you for watching for What's Up Wednesday. So I'm going to take you down to my desk, and I want to show you this card that we made at class. It is a vertical gatefold card. So normally the cards would come in like this, and this one is vertical. And I'm using the Graceful Deer stamp set. This Graceful Deer stamp set was a little hard to come up with ideas for. I kind of played around with all kinds of things. And then I decided that instead of using the whole image, what if I just used a small part of it and I highlighted this little red bird right here. So that's what I did by using the little deckled circles. And I'm going to show you how to create this card and how to do the coloring. So let's go ahead and get started. What pieces you're going to need are a piece of cardstock. This is gray granite. It's 11 by 4 1/4. It's a standard hot dog cut. You'll hear me talk about hot dog and hamburger. This is a half of a sheet of cardstock. Actually, no, that is not correct. I am so sorry. This is a eighth of an inch shorter. So this, instead of being 4 1/4, this is 4 1/8 by 11. 11 is still correct because we're going to mount it onto a quarter sheet of cardstock, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So we need to have that little border all the way around. And you'll see that when we get done. You need a piece of cardstock for the inside. That just layers on the inside, a couple pieces of designer series paper. I have it all in the header for you, so don't worry about that. And then you need a couple deckled circles that will nest together and layer. So those are the pieces of cardstock that you'll need. Pretty simple there. So what you're going to do with this, and I've already pre-scored it, is you're going to come in 2 7/8 of an inch, 2 7/8 of an inch from both sides, 2 7/8 of an inch. And you're going to see that they're going to overlap just slightly. Okay. I kind of like the overlap because it helps keep my card laying flat. So here we're going to just give it a good score. And then the top is going to go over the bottom just like that. Okay. And so we are going to put our designer series paper on using this is from you can see here, it's from the Winter Meadow paper. And so we're going to start with the bottom is going to have the gray granite pattern just like that, and then the top is going to have the pretty peacock. You'll see in my sample I ran out of this paper. I really like the trees. This is from the same one. I really like this tree pattern, but I ran out, and I'm pretty happy with the pretty peacock. That looks just as nice to me. And we can go ahead and mount that on the back of our card. What we're going to have to say is our card base, which is the pretty peacock, just like this. Okay, so see how it's got that little border of pretty peacock. This paper has just a little wrinkle in it. I'm just going to take my bone folder and take that out. It's that simple. Okay, so that's as easy as our card takes. And so I'm going to bring in the deckled circle just like that. And I actually mounted this stamp set onto Stamparatus. Now, I know the Stamparatus is no longer available, but I know a lot of you have it. And this is what we used in class, but it is not necessary at all. You can easily stamp this without. I just thought it's already on there. I'm going to leave it on there. It's just an easy way to stamp in, and especially when I'm on camera, just to get it in the right place. So I'm going to ink up with Memento ink because we're going to be using some Stampin' blends, and Stampin' blends work with Memento ink not to bleed. So I'm going to just stamp the, I want to get a good amount of that little bird, and I'm just going to press down. I just use my fist and get as good an image as I can, just like that. So there's our little deer and our little bird. So we're done with this right here. The other stamp set that I used is I pulled out a returning stamp set, Regal Reindeer, and I'm using the Merry Christmas, and then the greeting for the inside says, wishing you a wonderful season filled with all good things that warm your heart and lift your spirit. So, and we're also going to use these trees right here. So we're going to bring in our scrap paper. We'll set that aside for a minute and bring in the piece that goes in the inside. And the trees, we'll start with that and some Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon is maybe, to me, is just lighter than the, it's like a complementary color to the Pretty Peacock. Lost Lagoon is like a lighter shade. So here's our Pretty Peacock, and then Lost Lagoon is very complementary. So, but it's lighter. So that's what's nice about having that. And then we'll take the gray granite, and we're going to just stamp our greeting on the inside. This gray granite pad has been used a lot, and it needs to be re-inked. So I'm going to hold it here for a second and try to get as much ink on it. She's a little light on the tip right here. So while I have that out, I'm going to get my Merry Christmas, and I think I'm going to see how light this is. That's pretty light. So I think because of that, I was going to put Merry Christmas on the outside with gray granite, but because it's so light, I'm going to go ahead and use the Lost Lagoon. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot better. And I'm just going to put my greeting right down here, Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, see, you can see it so much better. And then we can mount the inside into our card. And then we're going to do a little bit of coloring. You see how fast this card comes together, but it's always nice having a little fun fold, a little fancy fold as we call it. So remember that, yes, this is a Christmas card, but using this vertical gatefold is maybe an idea that you can use on your cards all year long. So let's bring our little deer in, and we're going to use some of our blend. So I'm going to start with the little bird, and I'm going to start with the nib end of the dark red, real red. And I'm just going to color my little bird, and he's going to just pop out from the whole scene. Then I'm going to take my pecan pie, and this is the light pecan pie, and I'm going to color my deer. And I'm using the brush tip for this part because the deer is, a large image. And what's nice about this type of stamp is that the artist has already put the dark places for us. So all we have to do is go over it just like this. And those dark kind of hash marks will create our shading for us. So we don't even have to worry about shading. And it's as simple as just coloring our image. And we don't even have to go back. I just missed a little tip there. We don't have to go back in with a dark or anything. Then I'm going to take the, this is light smoky slate. And I'm going to color my trees, these birch trees, with the light smoky slate. I like the idea of them. I have a birch tree here, and it kind of has that grayish bark on it. And so it's kind of pretty like that. If you wanted to go back in, you can go back in with a dark. And you can just hit those spots and darken them up just a little to give it one more element of dark, but it's not necessary. It's not really needed, but I'm going to go ahead and hit it. And then I think I'm just going to hit this branch just a little bit. Then I like to finish the whole thing off because I don't want to it's not a white background. So I'm going to take a light pool party blend, and I'm going to color quickly. And I'm okay if I leave a little bit of white. I kind of like that look. And I'm just going to quickly color around the deer, around the bird, around the trees. Because it's the pool party, if I go into any of my images, it's not going to hurt anything at all. And then having that little white show up here or there, it's kind of, it gives you that watercolor look. So I don't mind that at all. Sometimes I think we overthink our coloring, and it can be very, very simple, and it's very, very effective. And so the people that get it, they just love it no matter. So you've got that kind of, so it looks like it's actually a background, and it's not just a flat, flat plain background. So we're going to mount the circle onto our Lost Lagoon Deckled Circle. And then we're going to take some dimensionals. And I'm just going to take 2 dimensionals, and I want my card, I want this to sit right here. And I only want it to attach to the top. So I'm going to just put 2 dimensionals up here on the top, just like this, and close my card and mount that right where I want it. So see how this blends in nice with that? Here's the other option so that you can see them both. Okay, and then all we have to do is finish off our card with some embellishments, and I'm using the little sequins here and my take your pick tool, and I'm going to pop some sequins onto my card, and then I finish off with a big one right down here. I like to use the rule of 3. You'll hear me say that all the time. If your card, you could close your card like this, but if you feel like your card is popping up a little bit, then it's easy as just using your bone folder to give it a good crease, just like that. And then your card will lay flat. Okay, so that is our vertical gatefold card. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you'll use it in your stamping. And thank you for putting up with me on Hey, What's Up Wednesday. I'll see you guys on Friday for Emmy's 3Z's. Bye, everybody.